Hey everyone, I hope you are having a fantastic Wednesday. I'm Abby Glassenberg, the co-founder of Craft Industry Alliance, and I'm super excited today to be here for our weekly member spotlight. And we are going to drop in just a few minutes on Teresa Remple of Texture Clothing, and she's going to tell us about her beautiful business and brand and how she made it happen. So I'm very excited to talk to Teresa and learn more about texture clothing. And I see, Teresa, that you are here. So I'm gonna see if I can send you a message. It's not letting me send you a message. Maybe it will. Okay, here we go. So yeah, each Wednesday we are live on Instagram doing a map. Here's Teresa.
Hi.
Hi, how are
Abby.
you?
I'm good. I hope that my reception is okay. I'm in a basement factory, so.
Yeah, you know what? It actually looks and sounds great. So I'm so happy that you are here today, and I'm excited about your brand and about learning more about you and how you built it. But let's go back to an interesting chapter I know in your life where you were doing hair wraps,
Yeah.
and I would love to hear more about that.
You did your due diligence. You read my website. So when I was 19, I started my first business, and that was doing hair wraps, and I've always been crafty. So I started in Seattle doing music festivals, just kind of put out a blanket on the ground with all the other hippies. And I think I did it for 16 years. I built up the business, and I trained other people, and I had a cashier. We had so many customers, and that was in 92 I started. So
That's amazing. And these are like basically you take, to correct me if I'm wrong, but you take like a little section of hair and you take like macrame string or thread and you wrap it and tie and knot it as you go. Is that right?
yes, yeah. So it's embroidery floss, and then I
Right.
would macrame knots, the half hitch, the double half hitch. Yeah, and I'm really quick, so I just like got customers in and out, and would have a really nice conversation with them, and yeah, it's good.
I had this done when I was 15 in Israel actually.
Okay.
And I had it for so long that like my hair
Yep.
grew like I don't know 2 inches, and then it was like at the end, and I didn't want to cut it off because I saved it, I think, because I loved it so much. So
Yep.
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So okay, so you had this business crafty for 16 years, is a really long time.
Yep.
And then how did you decide that you needed to or wanted to start a clothing brand and kind of a different sort of clothing brand than what's out there already?
Yeah, so I'll just say that I'm in my 20th year of texture clothing. And when I was doing hair wraps at the festivals, I have had a thyroid disease, so I had gained a lot of weight, and none of the other the clothing that other vendors sold would fit me. And I thought, like I'm trying to like support other vendors, and I want to buy natural fibers, and there was just nothing. So like kind of at the tail end of my hair wrapping, I went back to school. I went to night school, and I learned how to do pattern drafting, and I kind of refined my sewing skills. And so I launched texture clothing, and I would have two booths. Like I would have a hair wrap booth and then a clothing booth.
That's a
And
lot to manage.
yeah, so this is the 90s. So I made a lot of apron tops. I don't know if you remember those. Like they were like the square, and then they like tied in the back.
Oh yeah.
And I quilted together, like I used, I upcycled fabrics, and actually when I look back at my booth display, it looked crazy. It was just like color, like you don't even know where to look. Sometimes I think I have one picture from those days, and I want to put it on the website at some point.
Oh my
But
gosh, you should, like a
yeah,
glimpse to the origins. That's amazing. I do totally remember those quilted like apron tie back tops. That's so funny. I haven't thought about this in so long, but I love this like look back to the beginning of, indie craft. That's amazing. So, all right. And so this business evolved over time. You wanted some things that were going to be in a different size range than maybe a lot of handmade clothing brands were offering at the time. You said you wanted natural fibers and that was important to you. So tell us about the evolution of sort of the line and how it got to where it is now, I guess.
Yeah, so when I first started making clothing, you couldn't buy organic cotton. I don't think people were growing it, first of all, and then I think sort of larger companies were buying it all up. So my first bolt of fabric that I bought was 55% hemp, 45% cotton, and it was just a thick muslin. And I started working with that. And then I bought 100% hemp, and I made a bunch of different garments out of that. And hemp, a lot of people are familiar with linen, and hemp wears so well. Like, it gets softer as you wash it and as you wear it. And literally, like, people will still contact me they've bought a skirt from me 18, 15 years ago, and they email me and they're like, I still wear it.
Wow.
So, it's great. And also there's, of course, learning how to care for your clothing properly. But yeah, now I'm like, you're a good interviewer. You have good questions, but I feel like I'm off on tangents.
Yeah. So, well, tell us, like, as far as design is concerned, were you looking to kind of establish like some basics, like a basic, camisole, a basic tee, a basic dress, some different like basic skirts so that people could kind of, I don't know, I guess get a foundation in these garments? Or what was the theory behind kind of the designs?
Well, okay, I'm originally from Vancouver, Canada, and geographically there are different styles that I notice when you travel. There are just different tendencies, and Vancouver has kind of a more classic style, and so I think that's kind of what I brought with me. My business is in Bellingham, Washington now, just south of Seattle, but south of Vancouver. But so I like solid colors, but with a little bit of a twist. The things that you buy, but you can wear, like, it's not going to go out of style. Like, you can wear it for seasons, you can wear it through years. And I also do my best to listen to what customers want. And so I get the feedback, I keep a wish list, I look at it, I'm like, oh, great, this is what people are asking for. Okay, I want to make more of that. And then like, I still will put my own little twist on it. I have some garments.
Yeah, show us some samples.
Yeah, so, well, actually, I'll show you this first. So this is our hands down best-selling, it's called the Comfy Skirt. And it has a 4-way stretch. So it's hemp, organic cotton, and 3% lycra. But it's got a pocket here. It has an invisible zipper, and you can put your passport in it, or actually it has a little card from me, but you can put your ID in it. Anyways, this is a knee-length version, and we make 5 different versions of that, different lengths, because it sells really well. Solid color. Sometimes I do prints on it. And so people love that fabric. It's sturdy. And so I just did this dress. It's doing really well. Sorry, I can't get enough distance, I guess.
Yeah.
But I put a little, like a different color pocket.
That's so cute.
Piping, because I'm an 80s kid, and I like color blocking, but it's got to be sophisticated somehow. Because sometimes I've done things and they look too contrived, and then they don't sell. So I try to pay attention to what people like. Can I talk about a couple of
keep going. This is fun. Okay. I love seeing all the samples.
So I am also, like, Star Trek fans. So I did what I call the sci-fi trilogy. So I designed some repeat prints. And this one's on organic cotton leggings. But I call this the Milky Way. And then I call this is a cardigan. I call it Shooting Star.
Oh, that's so pretty.
And this one I call Galaxy. And
Oh,
this
I
is a
love that too.
so, and it's a silver print. Sometimes it shows up as white. But I took a repeat print class from Jessica Swift,
Oh yeah.
and she's super fun, by the way. And so this is the other my newest print, and it's knit print. So if you look closely, it is knitting, and it's on a knit. So it's
Oh
on
my
a
gosh,
stretch.
that's amazing.
So it's like that tongue in cheek kind of whatever.
I love it. And where are you getting these fabrics printed? Will you tell us where you get them printed?
Do you know what? I order from a company in Vancouver,
Okay.
and the organic cotton is woven in China, and the only place that makes sense to get them printed is China, because otherwise I'd have to buy the fabric, send it down to LA to be printed. But there are some printing places in LA. But if I was closer, I would just
Go there.
get
Yeah.
on there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you for telling
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And so would you say was is it called the simple skirt? Is that the best selling product, or are there other, which one is like the best seller?
So yeah, it's called the comfy skirt.
The comfy skirt,
And
sorry.
no, that's totally fine. Um, yeah, it's hands down. I think I've made it for 15 years. It's still our top seller. And you can read the reviews on the website. People really love them. So yeah.
That's amazing. And are you working by yourself now, or do you have people who are part of a team who help you, or what does the structure of that look like?
Yeah, so I've had employees in the past, and it's mostly me now. However, I'm able to hire contract sewers. One of my home sewers, we've worked together probably for 18 years.
Oh,
like
wow.
I was just down there bringing some garments to her. I do all the cutting, so then I bring her the cut garments. And she has 3 grandchildren now and 1 on the way. She has 3 daughters. So I give all the kids high fives or hugs, whichever they want, and they're like, they know both Vietnamese and English, and so it's very much like I feel part of the family. Like I've been over there for dinner, and yeah. And then I have a new sewer. She also sews in her home, and it's a really wonderful situation. She really needs the work, and I'm like, great, like whatever I can send to you, I will. And then I'm just about to start working with a factory in North Seattle, and they work with refugees. So people that are new to America and sort of need job training, need help with, forms, English, whatever. And I'm so excited to
That's amazing.
work with that program. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's really, really neat. So it sounds like you've built out a solid team to help you to keep this brand going. And then are you selling online now and also in person? Or, I mean, obviously in person has been pretty difficult this past year, but,
yeah.
But during normal times, what channels are you using?
Yeah, so I'm really focusing on online sales right now. I'm just about to do a pop-up in Portland, Oregon, this Saturday. So I have arranged, because people have been asking, when are you coming to Portland?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, I can make that work. And then I've got just some local markets. And then I also have a showroom set up in here. We're in my factory right now, and then I have some curtains, and behind the curtains, it's like people can come and shop, and I just say, hey, look, treat it like your closet. Just try things on and ask me if you have any questions. And that's been quite lovely. Never any pressure sales or anything, but it is nice to get to know my customers, what they want, and then also like I was just sharing with you about the women that sew for us. Then when you're buying a piece of texture clothing, this is what you're supporting.
Right.
And to be able to tell them some stories. And we're also involved in some community organizations as well for zero waste and nonprofit. So, yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about what that means? What does zero waste mean as far as when you're running a clothing brand? Because I think people might hear that term and think, well, what is that really?
Sure. Well, I'm really into, and I'm not officially trained in it, but I'm really into lean manufacturing, also lean office. If for those of you who haven't heard about that, it's called the Kaizen way. It's the Toyota method. So there, it's a Japanese concept, Kaizen. There's, you're continually improving, and so with shipping and with office supplies, always recycling, reusing, wherever we can, compostable. And then in the factory, then because I've done this for so long, I've got my systems.
Yeah, I got it.
It can always be improved, like I say. But when I cut something out, I might be cutting 20 layers at once. So I'm creating a lot of like scraps of waste. Well, if it's this size, it goes into this pile, and it goes to a woman who makes underwear. The edges that I cut off, I actually have some next to me because I'm going to make a rag rug. I had a friend make me a loom for pot holder rugs, actually. So I cut those off, bind them, keep them somewhere else. Anything that's a little bit larger, put onto another shelf, and we make knit mitts. So our fingerless mittens do really well in November, December. Anything a little bit bigger, any kind of, if there's a little hole in the fabric, we cut it off, and then we can make underwear or leg warmers or anything of that, like that's a little smaller. I actually kept every single piece of scrap, every single tiny, and made 2 poofs, like really, they're like ottomans. They were so heavy. I was like, I can't do that again.
Oh, I bet.
I just like one of my helpers a couple months ago came in and she saw them and she was like, oh my gosh, my kids would love those. So I was like, okay, they're scraps. Like, take them. Great. I didn't have to send them to the landfill. So
that's great. Well, thank you for telling us about that. I think it's inspiring to hear about, and I think some people listening might say, oh, wow, that is so cool, and there are systems and ways to be able to save your scraps for particular future use if you are thoughtful about it. And so that's super cool. And on e-commerce, are you using Shopify, or what are you using to sell your products?
Yeah, I think I've had a Shopify website for, I think it's about 7 years now. It's so robust now. I can't even, like, I don't use it. The potential. Yeah. Also, I have a template that we actually have to hard code to change things. It's fun. It's good. I really like using Shopify.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to know. And are you using other marketing strategies, like beyond the website? Are you using Instagram or email or other ways to get the word out about what you're creating?
Yeah. So as you can tell, I'm into systems. So I have a rhythm to my week. And so I typically send out a newsletter on Wednesday morning. So it just went out this morning. And I get that ready on Sunday, Monday, typically. And so when I get that ready, I do, my newsletter is Klaviyo, and it's wonderful. I can segment who I'm sending it to, and it's been really effective. I really like Klaviyo. So when I prepare the photos for the newsletter, I then, at the same time, I use Canva. Again, amazing. Like, how much things change in 20 years of business is like,
I know.
It's mind-blowing. So I get my square ready, I get my stories ready, and I kind of use the same photos so that there's some consistency. And then, of course, like Instagram, posts it to Facebook. I don't have a lot of followers, but I don't, like, I think 2,700 on Instagram. I'm really, what do I want to say? I try to be really good to my customers, and they keep coming back. So it's that whole 80-20 thing, like 20% of your customers are going to give you 80% of your,
That is true.
And so I try to be really good with that. I haven't been like kind of after the followers, and Facebook doesn't even really show anybody
totally
my posts anymore. Yeah. So Instagram, and I don't know, sometimes I do LinkedIn. I put it on your page too sometimes when I love the, the Flaunt It Friday. And
Right, we have Flaunt It Friday in our Facebook group, and you can share, and so that's great. And yeah,
Yeah.
I've loved watching your posts over time.
Oh,
That's been fun to learn about there, and it's great because it allows us to support each other and
yes.
support other members' businesses, which is always a thrill. So I think that's great. So if people want to go get a comfy skirt, check out the other products, the other pieces of clothing, maybe get on that email list to start receiving the Wednesday morning emails, where should they go?
Yeah, it's my website is textureclothing.com. Texture like texture.
Like texture.
Like texture. I don't
That's
yeah.
great. Well, Teresa, thank you so much. I loved learning about this. I love stopping in and seeing the samples and just seeing you and learning about your background. And just thank you for being a Craft Industry Alliance member. We love having you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Abby. I really am glad that I was introduced to this organization. I can't remember who introduced me, but like I've just gotten so much value, like the little like informational snippets, videos, and yeah, I feel very connected. So thank
Oh,
you.
good. I'm so glad to hear that. And yeah, so this has been great. And thank you, everybody who joined us today. It was great to have you here. And we'll see you next week for our next member spotlight. Bye. Bye, Teresa.
Bye.